This is the word to go, y'all.
Way back in the country, rooftops in the city. It's about time that we show the world, show what? Way more than just pretty. I can cry when I want to, fight when I need to, love you like crazy, that's what grown-ass women do. I'm a grown-ass woman. Yeah, you guys are into it, you know the song. You downloaded it, right? That's my name, I'm a different breed. Give me my all, but I won't take shit from anyone. Here on my throne, I am a grown-ass woman. From my boots to my Jimmy Choo. I'm a grown-ass woman, baby. Come on.
I sat here and held the road for you.
Tractors on the dirt road.
Sorry, I saw that chance. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your GAW TV panel right here in Liverpool with myself, SoCal Val, Lisa Marie Varon, and hardcore country Mickie James. That's a surprise. Whoa, ladies and gentlemen. Hot mic. As you can see, you are not only experiencing For the Love of Wrestling Day 2 here in Liverpool, you're also a part of, by the way, we hope you agree to this.
I dressed up.
That's cool. You're also part of our GAW TV episode, Live from Liverpool. Give yourselves a round of applause.
You all stars.
Yes.
Here's the one.
Now, normally, ladies, by the way, I love you guys. Lisa, I
Appreciate you.
You're looking
You guys give it up for SoCal Val.
Yes.
The whole thing here throughout the events and For the Love of Wrestling. Thank you guys for having us out here. This has been an amazing thing. I personally haven't been back to the UK in almost 3 years, so it was really special for us to come back. Yeah, we know you live here now because you're half British.
I am one of us. I get that on Twitter a lot. Happy to be here in beautiful, exotic Milton Keynes. Please hold your applause. But ladies, we start out the show. Oh, by the way, if you don't know, what rock have you been living under? My goodness. Grown Ass Women TV is our YouTube show. It is on Wednesdays. In the UK, it airs at 10 p.m. In the US, it's 5 p.m. Eastern. We're always in the live chat room. Please check out our show. We call it Very Important Nonsense, the ultimate slumber party with cocktails. Get into something comfortable and join us on YouTube.
Yeah, we can't see you, so it doesn't matter.
Really can't.
We have a blast though. It's like if you want to get to know us, like the real us, you got to tune in. It's not just wrestling and stuff. We have all of our friends on the show. We talk about old road stories and just things that happen in our normal lives.
Several guests here actually have been on the show.
Yes.
Recently, Candace, Tori, Trish.
Hi, friends.
You're grown-ass women as well.
I'm a grown-ass woman, dog.
Yes. And Ashley Carrangle, who was here yesterday,
He's a GAW.
He's won the Olympics with a broken freaking neck.
He's pretty much a hero.
Pretty much, he's a national treasure. And he was our guest on our 100th episode of GAW TV.
It's true.
Please.
It's true.
It's damn true. It's damn true. Now, we start off every single show usually in a kimono, if you will. Kimono, she better don't. Or pajamas, because it's a slumber party type of show. And we usually say, who are you wearing? What are you drinking? But right now, there's no wine inside. That's it.
Because Gemma, give a big round of applause to Gemma buying us a glass of rosé.
God bless Gemma. She's doing God's work.
Yes. So we drank it before the show started.
We wanted the creative juices to be flowing, and thanks to Gemma, they certainly were. But ladies, who are you wearing? And can you explain our ridiculous UK attire?
You see, I dressed up for the occasion because I don't know if you can tell, we are in jolly old England. But my friend here, Val, brought me these lovely glasses so we could be matching. My vision isn't affected at all, it's fine. And this beautiful bow tie that I can't wait for Nick to wear.
Yes,
on
I bought it for
television.
Nick all this
Yes.
Thank you, Val. You always surprise us with gifts and stuff like that. But usually we're drinking a little glass of vino or something else, or your Red Bull when you get a little crazy.
Red Bull, I know.
Red Bull episodes are Red Bull.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm wearing my Royal Rumble outfit.
Yes, you are! Lisa, who's one of the only people who I know who will still put her gear on.
She was
ready at 4 o'clock this morning.
She was.
I still get made fun of to this day, you guys. I would always get ready like 4 hours before the show because I'm very OCD and I like to not worry about getting dressed and get my face done. I'd rather focus on the match.
So she would be ready. I'd be pulling up to the arena. She'd always be in her gear, stretching.
I gotta call Gina for that. Now, a match I understand, but we filmed GAW TV, even for me living in England, you know, one of us. We started like 11 or midnight my time. And Lisa will like 10 hours before, all right guys, put my face on, get my bath ready. I'm like, no girl, it's 10 hours until we film, what are you doing? But she's there, she's ready, she's prepared, and that's what Lisa we know and love. And Lisa, can you explain, we've talked about it on the show. By the way, thank you to Shane and David helping us from For the Love of Wrestling. And Chris,
right here.
really amazing crew at Monopoly Events, part of the family, really proud to be part of the Monopoly Events family. But Lisa, we talked about this on the show, but for those that don't know why you wear your gear to signings, it's very important for fans that you can kind of take a photo with you in like a hold or...
Yes, I feel that, I put the extra effort. I'll be honest with you, it's not comfortable. Right, Lana? Right?
Lana.
It's not comfortable, it's just, but I feel, I don't think people want to really meet Lisa. I think they want to meet Victoria or Tara or, that kind of stuff. But so I do the extra effort, I think it's more special to be, and I always do a smiling pose and a headlock pose. I have to stand up when I talk to you like that.
That's such a wrestler thing to do. It's the only convention I've ever done where people have to stand up and like pace the ring. All the guys have been doing it. I'm like, I don't know what to do. It's cracking me up. Yeah. But we do want to keep talking to you guys, and that's what the show basically is, just us talking absolute, very important nonsense. But my friend, I'll stand up now, my friend Chris, our host with the most, is around here. Christopher will be, yes, and we've got the microphone right here. And if you guys have a question for us, we got a hot mic, well, hot potato. If you guys have a question for any of us, any or all, please raise your hand and we'll go to you, because as much as we want to dab here in the ring, we know that you have questions for us. Lana Austin from Progress Wrestling. Give it up for Lana Austin, by the way. Question from this lovely grown-ass woman.
Hello. Can I please join grown-ass women?
Yes! Oh my gosh!
Look at that.
Yes.
I was going to say that we could sit up here and just talk for an hour.
We really could.
About nothing, really.
That's what our show is. Grown-ass
Nothing
women.
and everything at the same time.
Talking nonsense.
Yes.
Right?
Good nonsense. Important.
Yes, Lana, future GAW TV guest. We've had some amazing women. She's a shining star.
And you look beautiful today,
She
man.
does. Can you do a tour?
I didn't get the memo about the red. This is where I'm thankful that you brought these glasses that fit so well.
It fits so great. That's the best $2.99 I've ever spent, okay? Let's just say. I bought wine for less, I'll be honest with you. A little bit of cardboard dough, box wine.
Yes.
You know how we do it. We've got a question here, and a question, we got a question in the middle. Hello? It's a lady.
Hi. If this was originally a question from my dad to Mickie and Trish, but Trish is gone, would you ever consider coming out of retirement and going for the tag team championships with Trish?
Well, here's the thing. Thank you so much. What a lovely question. I'm not retired, technically. I just lost the Impact, the Knockouts Impact World Championship. You may have seen it at the Rumble. It was a pretty big deal. No, somebody stole it from me pretty much. But no, I think that here's the deal is that if Trish and I were to team together, we'd be unstoppable and nobody could beat us, and that's just pretty much where it's at. And then you can't be a tag team champion for the rest of your life, and hold it forever. Or you could.
Her answer is that she doesn't want to inflict that much pain and disappointment upon the world.
Or the rest of the roster, because, they'd be stuck.
That's a boss answer.
Is that okay? Is that a good one?
It's a good one. And I have a question for you, Mickie. Is confidence really difficult for you?
I really struggle.
You're such a Let's not. We can take a few more questions if anyone has anything to add. Oh, AJ, when did you get here, sir?
You are
He said I let myself go.
sir.
I think you look great.
Phenomenal.
I'm just interested in knowing which wrestler, past or present, do you think more people should know about?
Good question. Ooh, that's a finger.
Oh, man.
Good question.
I just think Sensational Sherry, just because she was my all-time favorite always. And I think that she was so good from a manager role to a wrestler role. And she was like one of the women who I thought was really looked at as one of the boys. And like, but they didn't mess with, you know what I mean? Nobody messed with her. And I just thought she was so different and unique and just awesome. Awesome.
I'm a huge fan of Ivory. I freaking goosebumps like when she came out to the Rumble. Medusa, which is she's signed right over there. Medusa!
Did you guys hear that Medusa loves JBL? He mentioned it at least 14 times. I think it's trending on Twitter. Medusa loves JBL.
There's just a long list. I think it's not fair to pick like what wrestler that should get. I think everybody that's even daddled in it for a month or two and gave it a college try, you know, it's a hard freaking business to be in, you know, and it's a lot of challenges and a lot of separation from your family and stuff like that. It's a lot of sacrifice.
It's a lot of sacrifice, right? For sure.
There's a lot of females that I can mention, but I was immediately going to like early indie days and thinking of like certain people like Scoot Andrews. Some people know who Scoot Andrews is. And he's so talented, and he did very well for himself, but it's not somebody that everybody would maybe know, and I just always thought so much of him. There was one person who I always wondered why they didn't do more with or what happened to him, because he was so just such a star, and now he's a huge star. It's just like a weird gap. Scorpio Sky was on some of my, was on some of my very early SoCal days shows, and I was like, wow, he's so talented. Excalibur as well. He's you know, come back, and like he was amazing when I was around 2004. So I do love that they get their chances later in life sometimes, where you go, wow, whatever happened to them? And you're like, wow, they're doing really well for themselves, and we really love to see that, and it makes us very proud. Yeah, huge Scorpio Sky fan in the house. We got some more questions right over here. Oh, and right here in the blue, it's a lady. Hello.
Hello. I've kind of got a two-in-one question. One's for Lisa, one's for Mickie. It's just more so about Impact Wrestling. So obviously, Lisa, you got to transition over there, and you got to bring in your motorcycle and a tarantula, which is pretty cool. And it just seemed like you had a lot more like creative freedom to do that. So like, what was that transition like? And same question for you, Mickie, and also you were the first person to kind of go through that Forbidden Door and bring the Impact Championship.
Don't say Forbidden Door.
Sorry about that.
I'm just kidding.
You took the title to WWE. But yeah, just what did that mean for you? Because that was quite groundbreaking as well. And do you see anyone else doing that in the future?
Well, for me, the transition to Impact, it was a lot of freedom there. When I went there, I was like, hey, how many minutes do I have for a match? Because, you know, we're on television, it's your time. They're like, and I go, okay, are we start? Like, you know, you have like a storyline. They'll give you like a little outline of it. I can't see your face, sorry. And she's, they were saying, so was like, you just go out there and do what you do. And I go, whoa, that's a lot of freedom. I wasn't used to that. So I'm used to being like, yeah, I was like, whoa. And the tarantula thing was not my idea. When I got to the show, they were like, oh, are you Tara? And I forgot that they changed my name. And I was like, yeah. They're like, oh, these are for you. And I go, what are they? They're like, tarantulas, you're the spider girl. I go, but I was Black Widow. Okay. And they were like, you're going to put this on the body, which the girls hated. They were scared of spiders.
I had to hold the damn thing.
I know.
That was a furry.
But I felt like Jake the Snake, man. I was like going, oh man, I'm so badass with this freaking spider, you know. And then the motorcycle, my contract expired, and they were like, okay, we need to bring you back. What would you like to come back? And I go, I've always wanted to ride a motorcycle. I'm a huge Undertaker mark, and I was like, I want to ride a motorcycle. So
she actually knows how to ride a motorcycle. Yes. She didn't just like.
Yeah. I had 3 older brothers, so I had a motorcycle growing up. So yeah, I was a big tomboy. Shocker. Shocker.
Yeah.
Shocker is here. But it was amazing. Both companies are amazing. And they're like, I always get the question like, which one do you like better? That's not fair. I got to work with amazing women. You know, there was different talent that we never worked with, like ODB, all these amazing women over there. And we got to go and then look at GAW created. We're best friends with SoCalVal, was in TNA as well.
That's where we met. That's right.
So you don't judge it by just the company.
Right.
You know, there's very talented women everywhere that you get to work with.
Yeah. It's so
Good answer.
That's a good answer. Good question.
We have another question?
No.
So I will say, thank you. I do hope that there's many more opportunities. It was really cool to be able to go back and do that. I was just joking about the food. I don't care. You can say whatever you want. Please call it. I call them glass ceilings. It's 6 months. That's best. No, thank you. It was awesome. I can't even, I say the one feeling, if you see when I do my entrance, I get so excited. I go up on my tippy toes and I almost took a face bump because I'm so excited and like that this was, I prayed about it all day and I just kind of kept calm because I was like a million things could go wrong and it didn't. It came off perfectly and I was so happy and just celebrating in the moment. The last time I genuinely had that much like energy and excitement was probably the match with Trish at WrestleMania because it was like so much emotion going into that moment. So.
And we are so proud of you, man. Like you set an example. Like there's no age gap, like because when we first started the business, we were told like, oh, you're a little too old to wrestle, and there's just no age gap, and you've broken the barrier for all us women. You're a very good, awesome role model for us all. We're very proud. I love it.
I smell smoke. I think it's because you're blazing that trail. That's what it is. That's why.
I was going to make a joke there, and that's where I was going to serve up the whole. I'm sure more people will do the whole forbidden door. They just won't do it as well, and that's fine.
Well, there you go. We're just dropping facts, Liverpool.
No, it was going to be a joke. Now I can't deliver it. Well, I just did, but it was.
It worked. We've got a question right here in the front. Hello.
Would you ever move to AEW if like Impact goes to crap?
Well, Impact is not going to go to crap because it's got some of the best women's wrestling on television right now. But
I'm a free agent. That's the reality, and I chose to go to Impact because they've always been loyal to me, and I was able to do everything with NWA for Empower, and then I had several conversations with Scott D'Amore, and we were able to do so much incredible business on Impact to help promote Empower, and so I wanted to go because they've always been great to me. That's where Hardcore Country was born, and honestly, if it wasn't for Kurt Angle, Hardcore Country would have never went to Impact in the first place and had an incredible run. My cage match with this woman right here, who is a damn warrior because she separated her elbow halfway through that match and still kept going. I don't know how you did that, but like all these memories and all these things, that's why. And because they let me do all this stuff to help with Empower and Billy gave me the platform, I've continued to stay and help lead up their women's division and everything. But pretty much everybody has my number, so they can just call me.
Basically, you don't rule out any company, right?
You never say never, right?
No.
It's all about, that's all situational for me, it's like, it really is. And I think that I'm at a point in my career, it's like, do I really want to sign and lock down to any company for a number of years? I have a little boy, he's 7, and I want to be able to go to his soccer games and stuff like that. And I never thought like
amazing songs like I'm Pissed, which you can download on.
You can download it, it's everywhere, or you can stream it too, if you like that. Let's do that.
Mickie, you guys, one thing about Mickie is like she is extremely busy, you guys. She's just traveling for you wrestle so much. You have a child, you're out like cleaning your horse stalls, like morning and night. She has a busy lifestyle, so I would love to see you kind of slow down a little bit, like a little bit, just to have more family time. Yeah, family time.
And and being a country music singer, like people, that's an amazing, very time-consuming extra talent that you have. What can't you do, damn it?
I can't really tap dance or break dance. I'm trying to.
Let us see.
Hey, I just
started doing
spin yesterday.
It's stuck.
Where this happens. But by the way, that story about Kurt Angle, I never even knew that. And that's another reason I'm just giving you more incentive to watch GAW TV. I've known both of them for years, and these road stories come up, or these inside stories come up. I had never heard that that's what made you, that was the final nail in the coffin for you to actually come join Impact Wrestling. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. So what she's talking about is like when I first, and I remember when I left WWE, I was so heartbroken.
And I was just kind of like, oh, my dream is gone and all these things. And I kind of got very depressed for a bit. I was already on a weird space anyway, and I think it really set me kind of in a downward spiral. And Dixie called me several times to get me to come there, and I just told her I wasn't interested, and thanks so much. And I'll let her know if I was. And it was Kurt Angle who called me the first time, and we had a little conversation. It was just like, my heart is not, I don't know where I'm at, but it's just not there. He called me and he's like, and he was the one who said, damn it, Mickie, like, you're amazing. I think you're amazing. You're a star. Don't let other people's, opinion of you dictate the value you have of yourself. And it's like, you have a real chance to do whatever you want here. You'll be in complete power and control. And it's something that I hadn't really thought about or heard, or really like it resonated with me to be like, oh, you can take your power back, right? Like, and so that's why it's so important to me now that you have to be in the driver's seat of your own life, right? So, yeah. Thank you, Kurt Angle. Where is this?
Yes, we love Kurt Angle.
Kiss his cheek again.
He's so amazing. We've got a question right here from our friend Maurice. We recognize
Maurice
Chevalier. Chef's kiss.
Two-part question. Mickie, what made you get into singing? How did that all come about? Also, for Tara and Mickie, what were your favourite matches with Angelina Love and Velvet Sky?
What happened?
I started laughing.
Cricket.
I was pulling my pants. We're holding each other.
No. I think the title match that I had with Velvet, I had some cool stuff that I did with Velvet there. When I think back to some of those matches or whatever, because they were more of a tag team, and so I didn't have a lot of singles matches with them. I think I had like one singles match that I can recall with Angelina, but I did have that feud with a little bit of a feud when I turned heel, and I was finally able to turn heel in TNA. That was the only thing I wanted to turn heel the whole time there, and they wouldn't let me.
Yeah, you're too good of a babyface, I'll be honest with you.
I really like it though.
But do you remember, like, my favorite story with Angelina and Velvet was, do you remember when they wore that beekeeper outfit in the ring, and I came in and beat their butt? But that was my intro to Impact, was an angle with them. And of course I was nervous because you're new at another company, and you feel like in the locker room, you're like, oh, who's this WWE diva coming in, and why is she here? That you just feel that a little bit, you know what I mean? So you have to prove yourself to another company,
Yeah. Did you put bees inside their beekeeper outfit?
No, I wish. I wish.
Great. Yeah. Well, now I work with Velvet. She's doing commentary for NWA, and then Angelina Love, your girl, she just came over there. She just had one of her first matches over there. Yeah. It's really cool.
I think most of the knockouts are all doing well. And whether they're out of the business or not, they're all really still active. I would say most of them.
Sure.
Some people, for personal reasons, wrestling doesn't fit their, family lifestyle, whatever. But I would say the core group of girls, when we were there, they're all doing really well, which is great to see.
Yeah.
Well,
What was your
Velvet is
other question
hilarious.
for me? I forgot. Short attention span.
How did you get into the music business?
Oh, the music. I always wanted to sing, and I used to record myself, and I would sing. And I played the violin for 5 years, a little more, from like 5th grade up through 10th grade. It was mostly symphony and orchestra kind of stuff. But when I wrote a lot as well. I took journal, I took novel creative writing classes, and just kind of did diary stuff a lot. I'm a little bit of a hermit, a loner. Sometimes I know I seem very bubbly here, but I kind of cocoon up a lot when I get home. That's kind of why I go to the bar and I say, oh, this is my church, and I clean my stalls because that's my thing that I do with myself. But
I laugh because I thought that I go to the bar and it's my church, and I thought me too.
Yeah, the bar is my church too. A lot of truth comes out there.
That too.
The barn. No.
But you did carry a journal. I remember she would carry a journal and write every night in it. So I think you were like also doing poems.
And I was doing it because we travel so much. Like I was saying, we'd have 3-hour car rides. What I recognized is that I would sing a lot in the car or whatever, and I was writing a lot of lyrics. I was writing 2 melodies that I was either hearing or the other ones that I was just kind of thinking in my head, like other ones. But so and then I realized like, hey, I have all these songs that I've written. And it was one of those things I never pursued because I never thought I was good at it or good enough. and that was somebody else's opinion that I believed. So I decided to take this handful of songs, and I was like, you know what? Just so I can't say I never did it, I'm going to go to Nashville and I'm going to record these songs. And whether they sit as coasters on my mom's coffee table or not, that's totally fine. So yeah, and then here we are. You know, that was like 2008 that I started going down there, and now I have had 2 full albums and about 10 singles, and have done duets with the Ying Yang Twins, and opened for, you know, Montgomery Gentry. All it's been fun. It's been fun. Yeah.
But I did the Beatles tour this time, and we got here a little early, which we never do. We don't have days off when we go overseas. So we got here a couple days early, and we went on a tour. Candace, Tori, Lillian, and myself, and went on a tour and just had girl time and just having a nice fancy. I didn't know what's it called, a set dinner. Is what you call it? Prefix dinner.
Fancy.
That's very fancy. I'm used
It's
to
one of my favorites
McDonald's.
because I'm terrible at making decisions, so I would have stared at the menu for a good half an hour.
It was
before I would
delicious.
pick something and immediately had order envy.
Order envy.
Yeah. But that's what do you get?
Yes. That looks good over there.
You know, but it's beautiful here, and we don't get to come here very often, you know. So it's wonderful, you know.
Yeah. I actually I'm half British sometimes. But no, I love it here. I think the history here, but I will say you guys is what really makes it so special for us, because you're so respectful and excited. Because I think because we don't get to come over as often, so we love our American fans, don't get me wrong, and I'm not burying them, so we'll edit this part. But like, you know, I think that they're used to it, so they don't, it's not as, it is special, but it's so much excitement and love from you guys because it doesn't happen as often, and it's really, really cool. It's cool. Warm and welcoming.
Yes.
Yeah. And I always eat fish and chips every time I come over here.
Yes.
And from a proper fish and chippy. Yeah. I have to. It's one thing I will do. I'll go for it. But I don't know about the mushy peas so much, though. Why? I do them because you have to, but let's face it, nobody likes them.
Show of hands, who likes a mushy pea? We'll just see ourselves out. It's fun.
Thanks for the house.
Yeah. Speaking of raising hands, we've got a few more questions in the audience if you would like us to answer your question. We've got, a champion in the back there.
Yes.
Champion.
ROH.
Yeah. We've got one up here in the front as well. Who wants to?
So I recorded my first episode of my podcast last night.
What's it called?
It's called the Resin Copine Podcast. It's the Toffee Copine Podcast. It's on Spotify.
Okay.
And it's basically about just what's going on in the sports world at the moment, mainly around football. I think next episode we'll touch on the Tyson Fury fight.
Who are you doing it with?
Just my friends.
Okay. Very cool. I love your ambition and the fact that you're going out there and doing it now. Plus to you. I love that. Yes.
He's a grown ass man, y'all.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, is there any advice that you could give us about making a podcast and what we could do to make it a bit better?
I've never been asked that, Val.
I would read that question about. I just want to say that I think it's awesome that you go out and already just give it the effort. So that's amazing because it takes courage to put yourself out there like that, you know. Definitely the editing, and I can't even figure out how to edit a TikTok. So, but if we could do the show if it wasn't for Val, she is the hostess with the mostest, and we're so grateful for all the time, every time.
Thank you so much.
We do use Anchor for our podcast.
We do.
Okay, so that's one thing, but you go ahead.
There's a lot of tips, thank you, ladies. There's a lot of tips and tricks, but I think you just said what I'm about to expound upon is that you're kind of, the worst part's over. The hardest part is done because you're doing it, brother. You're doing it. Another round of applause. It's not easy to just out of the blue start something for yourself with your friends, really what we're doing here. I think knowing social media, I watch a lot of YouTube videos. There's a lot of learning algorithms and somewhat tedious, boring stuff, but I actually find pretty exciting learning how to edit. But having social media be your friend and not your foe, using it to your advantage. being a brand, being consistent, being engaging with your viewers. A lot of people, you know, we always talk about the fans, whether it's on Impact Wrestling Commentary, we're there in the live chat room, YouTube, every Wednesday, you know, 10 p.m. anytime. We're there every Wednesday interacting with the fans, and people just want to be seen. You know, that's really what it is. Same with us. I've been into so many Drag Race Instagram lives. Like, oh my God, Sasha Velour liked what I just said. Oh my God, I want to die. So and so followed me. Because I know what that's like as a fan of certain people. So if Mickie James or Lisa gives you a shout out in the chat room, that's stuff that means a lot to people. And in this crazy world, as crazy as this world is, people want to be seen and feel that kind of love, even just for a minute, and heard. And that's what, if you keep that in mind when you're doing a podcast or any sort of, you know, interactive social media based stuff, you'll go really far. Yeah.
I also think just stay respectful and find your niche. Like you said, you're going to cover sports from your perspective, and I think that's really cool to hear about football or from fights from. How old are you? 14. Yeah, from a teenager's perspective, that's amazing. Because I think you guys think, wait, again, it's a whole different audience because you're going to capture people that are around your age. But also, I think it's going to be interesting for adults to listen to how you think about certain things as well as a parent. So
it's also too. It's like our show also. Since we're in the live chat all the time, we actually became friends with all the people that are in the live chat. Like we'll see them at shows and stuff like that. And they're just such. Now they're not. It's weird that we're not like a friend, like fan and wrestler. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're friends now. It's like it's a family. And it's a safe haven. And you know. I hate when social media is used for such negativity and burying people and stuff like that. You gotta be positive, have a positive message as well, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And just stay you as well. I mean, when we did WLS here, I was an American, the only American voice on the show. And I thought, okay, well, I didn't want to polish myself, do my research, and watch other hosts. But I thought, like, you know, do I want to make my silly puns? Do I want to sound as American as I do? That's me, bro. So that's the only accent I got, and I wanted to be me. And when I was me, they liked it. I kind of turned it up a little bit. There's never going to be another you. There's never going to be another Lisa Marie Varon. There's never going to be another Mickie James. So you be you. You know, turn the volume up a little bit, sure, but you stay you.
God forbid.
And best of luck to you. We have time for one more question to the Ring of Honor champion. Right over there, champ.
Can I just say, all of you are looking beautiful as ever. Mickie, you should have beaten the championship. What is the biggest greatest moment you feel ever had together outside the ring?
Greatest moment outside of the ring, so outside of the business completely. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh, we're gonna get emotional. I can just time the crier of the group. Here we go.
Greatest moment?
Greatest moment.
Outside of wrestling?
Outside of
wrestling.
I'll go first. This right now.
Yes.
No Bob at all?
No.
All right, I'll come up with a different.
I would say that I think the greatest moment is going to be wrestling involved, but I think it was really special for all three of us because we got to experience it all together was when Lisa went back for the Rumble.
Yes.
It was very emotional. I think because she didn't think she was going to go back, I was currently on the roster, and then what Val was there, and we just talked about it in the conversations that we had leading up to it. It was so special.
I really appreciate your guys' friendship through that because the WWE called me and I saw the 203 area code. I didn't answer. I go, what the hell is this? Why are they calling me? What did I do? I'm not with the company anymore. And I called them. I go, I think the Rumble's coming up. I'm not sure what the date is. And I asked, and I said, I don't. And they're like, you better do it. And I was like, yeah, but I don't want fake nails. I go, you know, my body's not the same as I used to. My hair extensions. I don't my Botox. Like, I don't look like what Victoria looked like, being jacked and everything. I'm a homebody now. I live a normal life now. And they were the ones that actually talked me into, no, you need to go. You have to go. I wanted to go, but, you know, I didn't want to disappoint the fans. I wanted to put a good show on. You know what I mean? I put too much pressure on myself. And also, like, a special moment is like, this pandemic, I know it was awful, but it brought us three together and started this beautiful show together, right? Yeah.
And hopefully we brought some smiles to your faces today, and hopefully when you watch the show, you'll like the content. At least we can talk more about the Rumble, but I figure we'll talk about it more when we're with you when you are in the Hall of Fame in WWE. How about that? Yes, we will. Saying it right now. When Lisa is rightfully inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, Ladies and gentlemen, we can sit up here talking all day long, but we do have to get back to the autograph area. We've got Jim Ross coming up next, but please show my girls some love.
Yes.
From Roadhouse
Good old JR's coming up.
Happy birthday to Kyle. There's a birthday boy in the house, Kyle. Happy birthday to Kyle. Happy birthday, Kyle.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kyle.
There he is waving in the back, you guys.
Happy birthday to you.
That birthday boy. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for GAWTV, Lisa Marie Varon, Mickie James, and myself, SoCal Val. We love chatting with you guys. We'll be back with more from Fort Worth Wrestling and Anomaly events. Jim Ross is coming up next.
Yes.
This is the word to go, yo.